Greetings everyone, Agion here, another Realer 3 replay. Spawn on the north side as the blue Soviets, we have Amaranth. Spawn on the south side as the blue orange allies as... I cannot speak, and I cannot clear out my throat. And we have Classicnoo. This is take 2 of trying to record this user submitted replay. Long story short, I didn't realize that the lightning storm last night messed with some of my settings. Long story short, sometimes my display settings can get a bit mixed up. Great roar there by the bear. Gets the dog. But long story short, oh, another roar, getting both the dogs. Very nice. But that bear does go down, its roar was on cooldown. But I was saying before, a lightning storm happened, so my computers and my monitors attached to 2 separate power strips. And let's just say that the fact that one power strip fully turned off and has like a sort of a breaker sort of system, it caused my display settings, all the defaults changed because of the monitors, and it's hard to explain. So I had to reset all my defaults, update my graphics drivers, and then I was able to start recording again. Because beforehand, it was basically swapping between the game screen and my desktop screen on another monitor every frame. So like imagine this recording 60 frames per second, so 30 frames in 1 second was the game screen, and the other 30 frames was showing another monitor, different resolution. So imagine that every other frame. Not very good. Large number of flak troopers coming out. He's anticipating the what's it called? Ooh, those dogs. There's a bear. Bear comes out exact moment. He's anticipating falling for cryocopters. Cryocopters are very prevalent. And now time to get back. This is a user submitted replay from a tournament, recent tournament. Looks like a bear and dog do mutually exchange. Oh, and that dog gets the kill on the bear, not mutual exchange. Maybe that bear was sent in a general move order. So 2 bears go down for 2 dogs. That's actually cost effective for the allied player, because dogs are cheaper than bears. Does force fire this bridge? Yes, it's at half health. If I find a spot that's selected, wait, alt space. I'm sorry, having trouble highlighting it. Wait, alt space. No? I thought that was... I thought alt space was used to bring up... Oh, there we go. Shift space. Not alt space to bring up the health bars. You got a line of walls there, stalling out the flak trooper response. It's a handful of bears coming to support, so they can always walk down this... ooh, good split there, but let's take out 1 Vindicator in turn. This garrison will be important, trying to keep back the bears. I was saying before, he can lock down the Peacekeepers, but if he pulls the shields before the roars happen, then they can't get the kills. Those Peacekeeper shots was important in order for those bomb splits for the bears, but now you can just throw the rest of the bombs onto the bear. Good bomb splits overall. Much better than me. I'm horrible at bomb splitting. If it were if one of the balance mods changed it like the Vindicator to act like more like an Orca, that would be interesting. Destroy that bridge. I wonder. I saw these guys moving forward. I wonder if there was actually kill there. Twin blade moving around. Old aircraft being repaired while being shot at. This looks like 2 conscripts inside that building. Vindicator, an Apollo, and a dogfight, but a second MiG does show up. He should be able to get the win. And Soviet MCV is pushing his way forward. Perhaps trying to get this refining location. Actually, you see a Tesla coil and airfield or naval dockyard. The naval dockyards are on like 1,000. They're half the price of a war factory. looks like he's trying to force fire or something. I don't really know if he's not doing any damage. Javelin Troop with the laser lock is coming on up. He is deploying out a bear, so he's going to need a bear in order to kill off that Peacekeeper. Actually, roar from the low ground, from the water, does get the Peacekeeper knocked down, and a fresh bear does come out, getting the laser lock, will get the laser lock Javelin. He didn't need a roar right there, but he will get the kill. Does take out one more Peacekeeper before going on down, and now we've got Cesar Coil, but will be bombed down. One Vindicate does go down to the MiGs. And we do got the crowd shot on top of the barracks. He does sell off. Conscript does get frozen. Actually, he doesn't even get the kill on it before it gets unfrozen. Go ahead and sell off the naval dockyard. Unless he really wants that conscript to get more damage onto that IFV. Gets a fully heroic IFV from that. Twin Blades rolling, roaming around. Not rolling. They don't roll. They don't have wheels. Though helicopters do have landing gear as wheels, I think Twin Blades have wheels. And no, the vertical stabilizer does not count as a wheel. It's a propeller. Motigun turret is set on up. We got refining. Oh! Oh! How long has that been? I remember when I failed cast the replay, this was actually like that for quite some time, but now I just realized this. 2 ore collectors like that. Oh, that's horrible. Twin Blade does go down. Second polo has rolled up. Second Twin Blade goes on down. Does have a handful of flak troopers. Maybe deploying out a combat engineer for some battle bunkers wouldn't be half bad. I do like battle bunkers. They're 1x1, holds 5 people, and so you can put like 2 relatively close to each other and get really good damage saturation. He's doing a good number of Molotovs. He hasn't banned the building just yet. And he gets another Peacekeeper there. I think it's just down to 1 Peacekeeper left inside that garrison, killing another 4 of them all. Another Twin Blade goes on down. He has to fall back. There is a Crusher Crane here, not near the airfield, so he can't get reloaded and reinforced or repaired. Another line of walls coming up, which will stall out his opponent. But he wasn't attacking time, so it's not really a stall if he's not actually attacking. But if he's trying to stall out his opponent, that means maybe it's a good time to attack because your opponent, it means that your opponent's not ready for him, right? Or was that overthinking it on from line games? One Vindicator, 3 Apollos. And we've got 4 MiGs, 3 Twin Blades. Motigun turret is set on up. Does get some good damage. Does take out a MiG entirely. Very nice. Got both a sentry gun and Tesla coil popping on up. Very nice. I do think that the sentry guns are more than plenty for its current situation. They're effective versus the light armor of the IFVs, as well as effective versus the infantry as well, and now we'll go out overkill. But this overpowered state is going to be really hard on getting a lot of free damage to Tesla coil. We should just sell off the Tesla coil, and more unpowering state this time from the allied player. Does not cut out the garrison, but does get another model there. There goes Tesla coil. Didn't get a lot done. I would say in that low power state, may have been a good idea to sell off, allow the sentry gun to fire. Gun, I think, is actually in range of the turret, if I'm not mistaken. Does get the freeze off, Carl Blast, freeze the sentry gun hand through the flak troopers. And the IFV Motigun turret is not hitting these conscripts. He's actually hitting the flak cannon. This is a huge oversight. These conscripts can go forward with Molotovs and take out the multi-gunner IFV. Let's get inside the garrison himself. That garrison there can throw a whole bunch of flak troopers inside. He actually cleared out the multi-gunner of the IFV with the Molotovs. But if you can throw some flak troopers in there, that would be a great hard point. Flak troopers will be excellent versus all these targets. And with their inside of a good hard point as a structure, oh, I don't really need to explain that. It'd be even better. Number of veteran and elite units here. We've got peacekeepers. Doesn't hop inside this building in time. Tesla coil is set on up. Flak cannon could be cancelled. Recover like 5 credits. And there's a super active there. Just using another, not line of sight blocker, shot blocker. Now there's no more shot blocker. More turret pushings coming up. 2 Tesla coils. We do got income right here, income right here, income right here. So it's 5 economy versus looks like 4 economy, 4 refinery economy, and this one was retasked as well. Reactor going down. He may be trying to steal this location as well. Do we see any heavy technology? We do got that 2 levels of research. He's building something slow. That's maybe max clearance. I love how in this game they call the clearances heightened and max clearance. In real life, it's generally secret. Or at least in the United States, it's secret and top secret. I'm not sure what it's called for the other countries. Maybe it is called heightened and max clearance for NATO itself. Well, I would assume it would follow the US-Canadian convention. Satellites being called on in. See how slow this one is. Maybe level 2 satellites. Does cause some of these peacekeepers to do some somersaults. Flak cannons employed on out. The Soviet player is expanding, has 6 refinery income, and there's actually max clearance. He needs to get out a Athena cannon or 2 in order to help siege these locations. They can start pushing back on these static defenses. And there's the Athena cannon. The Athena cannon is going to be, of course, going to be excellent versus all these structures. Even the conscript has no chance against it. Give enough time, the conscript can kill off the Athena cannon. But I suppose this is the case with most things. Mass sell-off, that's a good idea. He's not going to win out that location. I wonder if this ore collector is going to go straight through the crusher crane. If he does, that'd be great, because that's what? You get like a 500 refund? This garrison has been cleared on out. Conscripts are holding back the advance. Garrison entirely goes down. Let's see how much this ore collector gives back and refund. Stuff is still static there. Oh, so not like 500, 600, it's 1,050. That is very important. Inputs don't need to worry about getting max daily. Looks like he has lost, was on low power. Good splash damage coming on out from those multi-gun turrets. And even drops both twin blade transports some of these flak troopers. These flak troopers, of course, are going to be excellent versus these structures. You have to make sure to just, it definitely has to make sure to heal up the peacekeeper that comes out. There are 2 nukes here hitting these cryocopters. Just one of them blown hell, but this peacekeeper does get sold off the refiner, the war refiner in order to get the kill on those flak troopers. And now that guy's really frozen. Apollo's dancing around bound, flak troopers, not so great, does have 2 remaining Apollos. He has 2 airfields, but he may just want to sell one of them off. He only has 2 Apollos. Oh, was that some misclick? He just roared with all of his bears. We've got 2 Athena cannons, a bunch of multi-gunner turrets. Guardian tank should put in the laser. We even got a Kirov here, lots of leech beams, good amount of supporting conscripts, handful of bears. Needs perhaps a bit more anti-air, but there are 2 Athena cannons here. Wait, that tree has a health bar. That's a Mirage tank. There is now 2 Mirage tanks out in the field. V4s have been deployed on out, so he's now getting out some various indirect fire, which would be great versus the Athena cannons. He knows about at least 1 Athena cannon before he sees his location. Cryocopters come in for a heavy scout. And there's now even a Dreadnought at sea. The Dreadnought, of course, can provide some excellent fire support. Better fire support, honestly, than the V4s, and a more durable platform. You can babysit a little bit less, and if you really want to, you can go for sacrificial launchers to allow them to get some really good rate of fire. It's play out flat guns just to dissuade the Cryocopters from engaging the Dreadnought. He's setting up a big formation here. Cryocopters are severely wounded. Both V4s are shrunken down. There's at least 1 terror drone from the micro in combat. And we got a hydrofoil now in the sea. Can support the future engagement with the weapon jammer. That's just a bear, not shrunken dreadnought. Mirage tank received some splash damage there, as well as a bit of, and so as Athena cannon. V4 does go down right there. It does take out 1 of the Athena cannons with the Dreadnought. We may see sacrificial launchers going to be engaged. This would be actually a great time for sacrificial launchers, but we do got a aircraft carrier here. Aircraft carriers, of course, excellent versus these units, but Terror Drone can lock it down, prevent you from shooting, and the cool stuff will come up and clear out that aircraft carrier. And there goes down to the V4s, Guardian tanks, Mirage tanks, and IFVs making an advance. Lots of Peacekeepers here to support. These conscripts stand no chance to the Peacekeepers, let alone the Mirage tanks. It looks like the Dreadnought did go down to something. Probably the Athena. Cryoblast or Cryogeddon has been utilized right there. None of these things being frozen. A number of these Hammerhead tanks are being forced forward. This full health Hammerhead tank does have the Mirage cannon. It needs to get off of Leech Beam mode in order for it to start firing. That Mirage weapon will be excellent versus everything except for Mirage weapon. Prism cannon will be excellent versus everything except for the Cryocopters. Kirov's pushing its way forward, absorbing a lot of damage. And claims himself Athena cannon. And his elite Hammerhead tank does have an Athena cannon. He needs to get that off Leech Beam mode and start firing. 2 Kirovs do go down. A number of the Hammerhead tanks do go down. No more supporting infantry left for the Soviet player. The Hammerhead tanks are trying to rush forward, leeching. Takes out a number of the Terror Drone surprises. Here comes satellites. This may be the big satellite. Even shrinking down. Here comes the big satellite. There goes the mortar gun. I could have sold it off. Oh, 1 gets frozen, 1 gets destroyed. Heroic Peacekeeper. Yeah, here's the Athena cannon one. I don't see... Yeah, here's the Athena cannon. Don't see the Mirage, the Prism cannon one anymore. Sort of hard to see sometimes. It may be right in front of me, I don't even realize it. The Athena cannon one is lining up. If he gets that heroic, that'd be great. Does not get the death from that one. Terror Drone does not get the infect, and the Athena cannon one has to stay somewhat back. Guardian tank could go down. The Athena Cannon hammer tank does get wounded right there. One Heroic Athena Cannon, one Elite, one V4 is lining up a shot. Athena Cannon does not take out the V4. Severely wounds it, however. That's a spare Prospector. Just had to double check and make sure I was actually recording on OBS. I don't really want to record this for a third time. I could just, luckily, NVIDIA Shadow Play does, what's called, I have it set up so it does record my microphone as a backup microphone source, just in case. Dreadnought.
They cannot damage our wheel.
They just use the sacrificial launcher. They act like it seemed like they activated some sort of protocol that actually did something to it. I don't know why it looked like that. Here comes the big high explosive barrage. He does manage to absorb the shots with the Athena shield. And there goes the Athena Cannon hammer tank. But does give the veteran seat to the now fully heroic Athena Cannon, which needs much needed self-repairs. Good damage coming out from that crowdcopter, and great crowd getting. This may spell death for the Soviet player. Soviet player does have the Iron Curtain now on the field. Just need to hold off a little bit more time, but a huge force army here is currently frozen. Guy needs to throw a whole bunch of units to the grinder. The Bears can't help him force back his opponent's front line in order to allow stuff to unthaw. But none of the number of stuff is going down. Hammerhead takes making the advance, doesn't get them wiped out by the Athena cannons. This doesn't look all too good. There's a lot of veteran heroic forces by the allied players. A lot of unvetted forces over here. No supporting infantry remains. Does take out that refinery. This doesn't look good for the Soviet player. He needs to stall up an Iron Curtain. Maybe a couple Hammerhead tanks can force us and break the front line and take out those Athena cannons. Once he gets the Iron Curtain ready. Not even bullfrogs going down, but I don't see a whole lot of crowdcopter play recently. Only a handful here and there. Just a couple troops. But it's really hard to tell what gets struck and not. Mirage takes making an advance. He has a number of leech beams. He can steal some of these leech beam weapons. He does have a now elite prism cannon. If he's able to steal another one, get that one up to heroic, he can do some great work here. But he's down to those last hammerhead tanks. If you hold out for the Iron Curtain, the prism cannon one can't get quickly to heroic and wipe out this entire army. But he needs the Iron Curtain. He has one. Yeah, both of these ones have the prism cannon right now. But the little shrunken MCV is going to charge on forward, buying him some time. Try and buy enough time for that Iron Curtain. Does take out the Mirage tank now. Got fully heroic prism tank, but does not get the kill. This Hammerhead, the other one that's shrunken down, is with the prism cannon, is fully heroic as well. And all the supporting forces are gone. There's only a single prism tank here, but that goes down because of heroic, and he's going to lose everything. The single Hammerhead's going to break through the front line, stabilize the game. He managed to stabilize the match. And the allied player has surrendered. I knew he was going to surrender at this point, but didn't want to spoil that part. But it seemed like, honestly, he seems like he surrendered a little bit too soon, in my opinion. Let's take a quick look at graphs. Let's see if there's something we're missing. The Soviet player does have a income lead, that's for sure, and probably have the reduced production costs, as opposed to the ore purify or free trade protocol, I should say. I always think ore purifier because that's what is in Redler 2. Maybe he didn't like the income advantage. Yeah, the Soviet player had more income. And the mass production and free trade are basically good counterparts, so Soviet player did have 50% more income. Maybe the allied player's like, he had not enough income to compete, so that's why he backed out. But that tells you how he didn't even use the Iron Curtain. The fact that he got a single heroic prism hammer tank into his opponent's line, destroyed his artillery, is what forced him to leave the game. Tells you how one heroic unit can change. Those hammer tanks, once they get going, they can really get going. Those leech beams is one of the most powerful abilities in the game, but the problem is, it all relies on if your opponent goes for powerful things to steal. Either way, this is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.